Ever wonder if it's really possible to manage your restaurant without being there every day? Let's talk about what it takes to pull it off successfully without sacrificing consistency, culture, or profitability. Hey there, Restaurant Pro. This is Dave Scott Peters, restaurant expert, coach, and creator of the Restaurant Prosperity Formula. Today, we're going to talk about what it really takes to manage your restaurant remotely without it falling apart in the process. Let me start by saying this. The dream of managing your restaurant remotely is possible, but only if you put the right systems and people in place. And I'm not just talking about putting in camera systems or checking your POS sales from home. I'm talking about building a restaurant that doesn't rely on you being there to function. That requires serious intention, training, and structure. If you're already thinking, I've tried that and it didn't work, I hear you. Most restaurant pros fall into one of two camps. Either they've tried to manage remotely and gotten burned, or they're terrified that if they're not there, everything is going to fall apart. And the truth is, if you haven't done the work to build a proactive restaurant culture, both are probably true. Here's what I mean by proactive. You need to build a leadership team that knows what success looks like, has the tools to get there, and is held accountable to results. That's how you build trust. And that trust is what gives you the freedom to step away. Let's break it down. Number one is leadership. Your managers aren't babysitters. They need to be decision makers. That means you have to train them how to think, not just do. Walk them through real scenarios. Talk about how you approach difficult customers, how you resolve employee conflicts, and how you stay on top of daily operations. The more they understand why you do what you do, the more they can replicate it. When they act like owners, you stop having to be the only one putting out fires. Number two is systems. Systems create consistency. Every task, from opening and closing duties to inventory management, should be documented. If someone calls out sick, another team member, they should be able to step in and do that job just by following a checklist. These aren't optional tools. They're essential. Think recipe costing cards with detailed portioning and plating, prep lists based on sales forecasts, checklists for every position, labor budgeting tools, and manager log books that track everything from maintenance issues to disciplinary actions. Number three, accountability. I say it all the time. What you measure improves, which could also be said this way. What gets measured gets managed. Think about that. Accountability isn't about being a tyrant either. It's about making sure your standards are being upheld, whether you're on site or not. You can't expect what you don't inspect. That's why reporting is critical. Your manager should be sending you daily sales report, labor percentage snapshots, and any incidents worth noting. You should be reviewing these weekly with them, not just when things go wrong. That rhythm of communication builds accountability and confidence. Number four is communication. Staying connected is a non-negotiable. A weekly manager meeting is the backbone of your remote oversight. Use that time to review performance, reinforce values, coach your team, and plan for the future. Outside of that, make use of daily manager logs that include notes for each shift. And don't underestimate the power of good old-fashioned phone call or a Zoom chat, especially for one-on-one development. Remote doesn't mean removed. You're still leading. You're still in charge. You're just doing it from a different location. Let me give you a quick example. One of my restaurant pros, one of my members I coach, has 3 locations. But he only spends physical time in one of them, 1 day a week. Otherwise, he's managing remotely. And they're all performing well. Why? Because he builds a team he trusts, empowered them with the right systems, and stays actively involved through structured communication. Like he does not just let it go and hope it works. There is accountability. He holds his GMs accountable to results, not just activity. You understand the difference, right? That's the secret. And I'll be honest, managing remotely is not for the faint of heart. It takes work to get to the point where your restaurant can operate without you being there every single day. You've got to let go of the idea that you have to do everything. But once you do, the payoff is huge. You get to spend more time with your family. You get to travel. You can focus on growth instead of being buried in the day-to-day. You can actually live your life again. So yes, you can manage your restaurant remotely. But it doesn't start with tech. It starts with you, training your team, setting clear expectations, implementing systems, and following up with accountability. That's how you build freedom. That's how you build restaurant prosperity. Be sure to join me live every Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time on YouTube, travel schedule permitting, where I'll get you pumped about the upcoming weekend, get you excited about crushing your goals and finding the motivation to be best you possible. Plus, I'll answer your burning questions live.